if you could introduce it tomorrow, would you, or would you have to wait till the start of the season?
They haven't figured out, just for example in the Premier League, they haven't figured out how they're going to use VAR properly. Is the referee going to go over to a monitor to decide, or is he going to be instructed 100% by the referee?
But they say they get all the protocols sorted.
Yeah.
Say it's sorted, get it in.
And get it in for UEFA. Why would you have a World Cup final where people were saying, we can't have another World Cup final without VAR because mistakes might be made, it's too important. So why is it not too important for a Champions League final? Or a Premier League team getting relegated?
The earlier it comes in, the better, both in the Champions League and in the Premier League.
The counter-argument is that people are saying, yeah, but what about those decisions that went against you when you didn't have VAR? If you brought it into the Premier League tomorrow, then that's unfair. Is that an argument?
Absolute nonsense. Listen, you want the right decision and you want the right result. Who with any common sense wants a bad decision, left a bad decision that might cost somebody a game? Sure. That makes no sense.
But that'll be the gripe. And I know your point's probably with Charlie Austin at Southampton, who went off in Iran after the decisions that went against Southampton in the game against, I think it was Watford. If Southampton are relegated, then that's all you would hear. Well, the VAR should have been in earlier. So, if people can put up with the gripes, because there will be a lot of gripes for clubs, then why not?
Watford should have had a penalty in that game as well, so you could be here all day.
The Premier League will not bring it in before the start of next season.
Final word on this from you, Jules?
I just think they can't introduce it in the Premier League because it would be unfair, and all the games that we've played so far this season would have had to be replayed. You can't change the rules halfway through the season.
Jules, it doesn't matter.
Introducing VAR now.
Jules!
But no, of course it is. You would change the rules. If you introduce VAR now, you change the rules. Of course, you're changing the rules.
You're just getting the decisions right.
It's a completely different game.
You're not changing the rules, you're just getting the decisions right.
It's nothing to do with the rules.
Exactly.
What rule are you changing?
It's a completely different game if you've got VAR than if you don't have VAR.
So you're saying...
No, it's a different game if you have VAR and if you don't have VAR. So all those teams that lost points because there was no VAR before, now are going to say, hang on a minute, I want to replay my game because I got done in that game because there was no VAR. And now with VAR, I will get that win that night. And I could understand it would be completely unfair to introduce VAR now.
But those teams
make in the Champions League, the knockout stage.
Those teams make decisions in the next half of the season that go for them when VAR is introduced, and that gains them points. So decisions.
But what if?
Yeah.
But what if that doesn't happen? What if Southampton, for example, even with VAR, there's no controversy anymore. There's no point that VAR will clear up or not. So they say, okay, it's great, we had VAR, but we didn't benefit from VAR at all. Others did, but when there was no VAR, we got done because there was no VAR. So it would be so unfair for them.
So, Jules,
and that's the only reason why, even if the Premier League thought about it.
Are you against it in the Champions League as well, then?
No, because the knockout stage in the Champions League is a new competition.
But then what if PSG don't advance from the group stages because of a mistake that could have been rectified by VAR? That surely goes against your argument, doesn't it?
Well, no, it goes in a way, but once you start the knockout stages, it's a new competition that starts anyway. Those teams who qualified without VAR, no one had VAR to qualify anyway.